Hey everybody, this is Kody Bateman coming from Salt Lake City, Utah. Welcome to our weekly relationship marketing show. We have a very special guest on our show today. I'm really super excited about our guest today because he's in the type of business that I just love. He's in the motorcycle accessories business, so he calls on motorcycle dealerships primarily. Coming out of Tampa, Florida. His company's name is Superior Power Sports Services. Please welcome to our show, Mr. John Endries. John, are you with us?
Hey, Kody, I'm here. Good to see you.
That's great to see you. Looks like you're out in your vehicle there, which is pretty cool. So you're literally out today calling on dealerships. And tell us a little bit about what you're sitting in there. That's you mentioned before, that's kind of like your sample truck. So just share with us a little bit about what your daily routine is and show us your truck because
Sure.
Cool stuff in there.
All right. Yeah, no, I'm coming live from a parking lot here right now in my Sprinter van. So I've got a Sprinter I use for my road travels. I run a 4-week schedule. I run a very tight schedule. I get, every week I run pretty much the same route, different areas. It could be Tampa, could be Orlando, could be Miami. But everybody knows ahead of time when I'm coming. I carry a great supply of samples. He talks about my Sprinter van. I don't know what you're going to be able to see in here, but there's, audio, there's helmets, there's all kinds of stuff in here. So, it's an old FedEx Sprinter van, so lots of samples. And make my sales calls anywhere from 3 to 6 a day, depending on what day I got going on. And, that's kind of what I do.
Now, I noticed one of the main products that you rep is sitting right there on your steering wheel.
It is.
Just show us, so when you go into a dealership, this is one of the lines, the LS2 helmet, right?
Right.
You have the LS2 helmet. What's some of your other top line brands that you rep?
Well, LS2 is my top line, and that's a line of helmets, a full line of helmets for everybody, for all aspects of the motorsports industry. Liat products. Liat is a protective company. They got started with neck braces, but they also do all kinds of protective gear. MTX Audio, we do audio systems for the side-by-side UTVs, doing very well. CD Boots, footwear, protective wear. Oxford Products, which is a company out of the UK. They opened up distribution here in Jacksonville about 6 years ago. Pit Posse, which is an off-road apparel, bolt-on products company, and Olympia Gloves. So I do a glove line as well. So
to get started, I know you have you probably have a list of clientele that you call on a regular basis, but to get started, you've got to do some cold calling. You've got to get to know some people. You got to get inside the door and get past the gatekeepers and stuff. So you're full on salesperson every single day. And I'm sure, what kind of obstacles do you run into? Because when I see this stuff, hey, come see me. I want to buy everything in your truck because I love that stuff. But obviously, you're going to dealerships that are buying at wholesale. They're selling at retail. They want to make a profit.
Right.
How do you overcome some of the obstacles of getting in the door with these guys?
That is a big challenge, especially when I go back to 6 years ago when I started my company. I was a little. I thought a lot of myself. Like I said, I got 25 years experience in the industry. But I'm starting new in Florida. So I'm starting here in Florida with a brand new company with no website. I'm the new guy walking in off the street. Nobody had a clue who I was. And it took the better part of a year to really get things going. And that is being consistent, showing up all the time when you say you're going to be there. So nowadays with emails, I can send out an email a week in advance, at least let them know I'm coming. So it's not, hey, I just walked through the door. Can you see me? They got a little heads up. They know I'm coming. It's still maybe a very short call. It might be 5 minutes because we're still trying to get going. But as the dealers, start buying more from me, I got some guys it takes me 4 hours to do a sales call. It's just because we're going through inventory, we're showing them the new stuff and the programs. So it's a process. I've been doing this for a long time.
So you told me a story earlier about you were calling on a Harley Davidson dealership.
Mm-hmm.
This is a new account for you, and you're trying to get in the door, and
right.
You did something. Can you share with us what you did to kind of break the ice there?
I thought, I need to do something. And so I made some custom cards. I went on to Facebook and I grabbed every dealer's logo. So I dropped a logo on the front And then I just, put some pictures of the top helmets that are that we sell from LS2, and just a personalized card to the motor clothes managers, talking to them, hey, I'd really like a short meeting, showing you how LS2 can make you more money, and bigger margin line which currently carrying, and it's actually manufactured by the same people that make the Harley Davidson helmets. And I sent that with brownies. So, when you do it with brownies, you get tracking, so when they're delivered. And so when I started making the sales calls afterwards, the first place I went to, again, it's still a cold call, but I walked in and the lady who I really needed to see wasn't there. So the other lady says, oh, shoot, I sent her something last week. She goes, you the one that sent the brownies? I'm like, yeah, it was. I was the one that sent the brownies. And so it became more of a warm call, at least. We started talking, at least. It kind of opened the door. So from that perspective, it was pretty cool.
So the power of the brownies, right? It's amazing the doors that a nice little gourmet food gift item will do for people. It's that tangible touch. Great story. I love that story. Now you're in the door with them. You're a big believer of greeting cards. You've been a thank you card guy for a long time. Tell us how all that started.
I started in the industry a little over 30 years ago. I was in my early 20s. And it's just one of those things that just made sense. So this was back in the old day where you literally had to go out and buy a card. I got everybody's birth dates, so I knew when it was. You got to handwrite everything out. Again, we're talking old school back in the 80s. And I sent out cards for the holidays. I sent them out for their birthdays. So I'd done it 30 years ago, but I kind of, it was a pain. Once things changed, I went to a different job, so I wasn't an independent rep anymore. So I just stopped doing it. But so suddenly this came up, a situation arose this year. I'm in July, and I'm looking at my season going, things just aren't happening. And I started thinking back, what did I did 30 years ago? What did I do? And I remember the cards. And it just so happens that I've been following on Facebook, watching and seeing her in some exotic place. And I'm like, what's going on? I tapped on that, and I'm like going, I messaged her on Facebook. I said, we need to talk. And that's kind of what really got me started back with the send-out cards.
Well, I'm glad you brought up. He is one of our relationship marketing specialists that we have here at Send Out Cards. We have thousands of specialists around the world. She's one of our best. And it's great. She, you got in contact with her. She got with you as a relationship marketing specialist. She helped you set up an account. Mm-hmm. And trained you and coached you on how to send out cards and campaigns of cards. And one of the first things that you did is you sent out 80 appreciation cards to your current customer base. And I know Darla helped you get started with that.
Correct.
Tell us about that, because that's a great story.
So I get what, and so she's helped me with the back end, helped me set up, the back side of my card so it looks all personalized. And of course, I'm not as computer savvy as a lot of people are, so she helped me out a lot. Plus, I had to actually go in and type in everybody's name and addresses. I still don't know how to transfer stuff from one to another. So I'm doing it the old school way. I'm typing stuff in. So I typed in 80 names and addresses. I then went on to Facebook. So here's the card. Here's the basic thank you card. Went on to Facebook, and every individual dealer went and grabbed their logo off of Facebook, dropped it on the top of the card. And then the bottom on the inside, it was just a very basic. It says, dear Alan, just want to thank you so much for your business. It is greatly appreciated. And sign the bottom. I mean, that was my first card, and sent those with brownies.
So every one of those 80 got a box of brownies with them as well.
They did.
Now, you mentioned that since then you've been kind of inundated with calls and emails and stuff. So worth the investment of time and money, I guess.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
So I know a lot of listeners may say, God, you did 80 individual cards, meaning that you went and customized each one with a separate logo on each of the 80 cards. How much time did it take you, and Darla helped you, but how much time do you think it took you to do all that?
Not counting the typing in all their names and addresses, because I'm not the fastest guy out there typing. I'm the two-finger guy. And it probably took about 2 to 3 hours. It wasn't that long.
So 2 to 3 hours turns into your phone ringing off the hook, for emails coming in, your inbox being full. Would you rather spend the 2 to 3 hours doing that, or 2 to 3 hours making cold calls trying to get your phone to ring.
Yeah, exactly. No,
And
that was definitely,
yeah, I
that's a,
mean,
that's a no-brainer, Kody.
right, exactly. And so that's what we try to teach the world, is that's the power of relationship marketing, and being able to reach out to people in kindness, not really asking for much in return. Just, you're reaching out and sharing appreciation, which is what those 80 cards did for you, and got you immediate results. Now, you also do a once per month, you send a gratitude card out to existing customers. So every single month you do something,
Right.
a VIP list of people. Can you share a couple of those with us?
Well, it's pretty obvious when you get to the end of the year, you got Thanksgiving. So it was just real easy just to do a real quick, giving thanks. And then again, just the inside had your initial, it was a stock card, but then I wrote something else extra on it. And it was just saying, it's not only my family, friends, and loved ones that I'm grateful for. I'm also grateful for my customers, because they're the ones that provide me with the opportunity to create my living. Thank you once again, and may you and your family have a happy and healthy holiday season. So just a very basic thank you card, not asking for anything in return, just love you guys. That was Thanksgiving. And then Christmas, people that get to know me know my personality, man. I like to have a little fun. So here's a little Christmas group therapy that was on the front of the Christmas card. And then on the inside, another one, there was a little Santa Claus with a flat. So just a real basic thank you card saying, hey, as I reflect upon this year to where we are today, I realize how truly blessed I am because of people like you. I want to say thank you and wish your family a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Here's to an amazing 2018.
Wow, incredible. So once a month, you take opportunity to send that out to a list of people, and I'm sure that list keeps growing as new customers come on board. The power of the tangible touch, that's what we talk about a lot, and you've always been a believer in that. And then Darla came along and helped you get started with a system that makes it really easy for you to do this. Now you told me a heartfelt story about sending a card to your dad. I want to close the meeting today by having you share that. But prior to you doing that, I just want people to understand, it's really important that, obviously this is called Relationship Marketing Weekly. We're talking about relationship marketing principles and how it can help you grow your business. You are in the motorcycle accessory business. You call on dealerships. You've shared with us in less than 10 minutes some phenomenal ways to get a door open, to follow up with certain customers, to get repeat referral business from them, the power of the brownies. I mean, you've given us a wealth. I mean, anybody calling on dealerships, selling anything to dealerships, just got $1,000 seminar today in the 7 or 8 minutes that you shared with us. That's how powerful what you're doing is for other people. So we want to thank you for that.
Thank you, Kody.
But more important than all of that is the heart of what you do. It's the, it's one thing to just send cards out to people as part of your business practice. It's another thing to send cards out to people because you care about them, because you're trying to create genuine connection, trying to be more kind to people, trying to bring, people together and improve relationships. I think it's the most appropriate story to end with is the story that you told me about your dad and how you sent a card to him. Could you share that with us in closing?
Sure. I, like a lot of people through the years, my parents divorced when I was 17. Got along great with both parents, and there's no problem with either one. My dad was not one of the most emotional people out there. So I haven't really sent him much more than just humorous cards over the years, Christmas and birthdays and stuff like that. And with getting in the send out cards and really, and I'm going to, again, thank Darla, because she keeps bringing up the fact about it's the heart, and that hit home. So I sent the first card was my dad's, the best father in the world. I downloaded pictures. Here's a picture of my dad and his new wife, 25 years. They're on vacation in the UK. And I'm going to read you what I said to my dad. I said, Dad, no key. There comes a point in everyone's life when you start to really appreciate your family, especially your father. And I asked myself, wow, when was the last time I really said a heartfelt, I love you, Dad? Okay, Thank you for becoming a very special part of my dad's life and feeding me until I explode with your incredible cooking every time I come to California. I love you both. I sent that to my dad with some brownies. And as we all know, with brownies, you get tracking, so at least you know when he's going to get it. He had it for about it was either 2 or 3 days. And my dad calls me up. It was the most emotional I've ever heard my dad ever in the 54 years I've been on this earth. And if that's what I got out of all of this, it was worth it.
Wow. John, thank you so much for being our special guest on the show today. This is probably going to be one of my favorite shows of all time because you shared so many golden nuggets and you also shared the heart. We really, really appreciate you and the example that you are to the whole world, and more power to you, brother. I mean, I love motorcycles, so I just keep selling that stuff.
Let's go riding.
In fact, you come to our convention. We have a convention, send out cards in April.
I'm coming.
There'll still be snow. There will still be snow in the mountains. So if there's enough snow, Super Dave Smith and I will take you snowmobiling. If there's enough snow on the convention, we'll run on up there and go for a ride. So
I will come out early for that, Kody.
Right.
You betcha.
Well, we'll stay in touch on that. And thank you very much. Thanks everybody for tuning in today. Look forward to seeing you next week at the same time. God bless everybody. Take care now.